We'd been friends since college. 4 years of shared heartbreaks, wine nights, dumb exes, and inside jokes. So when I got sick during a weekend visit to her place, it didn't even cross my mind to question her. "I'll grab your meds from the pharmacy," she offered. "You stay in bed." I'd been nauseous all morning, too dizzy to drive, so I gave her my bottle of prescription meds, anti-nausea, one I'd taken for years, and my insurance card. She smiled like she always did. Trust me. The whole day was a blur. I drifted in and out of sleep. Her cat curled up next to me, Netflix running in the background. She came back a few hours later and handed me the bottle. All set. They had to give you a different brand. I blinked at it. The label had my name, all right. But the pills were off. Different shape, different size, and they rattled. My real ones never rattled. "It's generic," she said quickly. "Same stuff." I double-checked. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But something felt wrong. I Googled the code printed on the pills. Nothing came up. No match, no images, no database record. "It's probably new," she said with a shrug. "Try one. You'll feel better." I pretended to. Swallowed water. Palmed the pill. Later, when she was in the kitchen, I opened the bottle again. One of the pills had a tiny red dot on it, like ink or blood. And the bottle, now that I looked closer, it didn't have the official seal. No insert, no safety tape. I pulled out my phone and took a picture. She walked in before I could hide it. "What are you doing?" Her voice was flat. No curiosity, just cold. "Nothing," I said. "Just checking the dosage." She didn't blink, didn't smile. "I told you, it's the same." I nodded. That night, I didn't sleep. I didn't take the meds. I didn't even shower. I just waited until 5 a.m., quietly packed my things, and left. I made it halfway down the block before I realized I'd left my real bottle, the original one, on her counter. I didn't go back for it. Instead, I went to my regular pharmacy as soon as they opened, asked if they'd filled a prescription under my name the day before. The pharmacist frowned. "Number nothing recent. Last fill was 3 weeks ago." "Are you sure?" "Positive." I showed her the bottle, the one my friend gave me. She took one look and stepped into the back. When she returned, she was holding a white binder. "These aren't approved. These aren't anything." I filed a police report that afternoon. I didn't hear from my friend for 2 days. Then I got a text. "You should have trusted me." I blocked her, changed my locks, stayed with my brother for a week. I figured it was over. Then last night I checked my mailbox. There was a padded envelope. No return address. Inside, a small Ziploc bag, filled with my real pills, and a note. "See? I kept them safe. You always forget things." That's when I remembered something worse. 2 years ago, during finals week, I'd fainted at a party. Thought it was exhaustion, stress, too much caffeine. She was the one who found me. She was the one who said, "It's okay, I'll take care of you." And now I'm wondering how long she's been taking care of me without me knowing. We met in high school. Weren't best friends, but close enough. After college, we reconnected, grabbed drinks, swapped stories. He seemed successful, landed a solid IT job at a mid-sized tech firm, good salary, plenty of flexibility. "They're hiring," he said one night. "You'd fit right in." I'd been between jobs for months, applications, interviews, dead ends, so I said yes. He referred me, put in a good word, even prepped me for the interview. "Just be yourself," he told me. "I'll walk you through everything once you're in." I got the job. For the first week, everything felt perfect. I shadowed him, met the team, logged into my systems, took notes, learned fast. By week 2, something shifted. I'd update a ticket, only for my manager to ask why it hadn't been touched. I'd swear I replied to an email, only for the sender to forward it again, asking where I'd gone. At first I thought it was me. First job nerves. Maybe I clicked the wrong thing, missed a message. Then it got worse. I'd leave notes in the project tracker. They'd vanish. Scripts I'd written were suddenly replaced by broken versions, tasks reassigned. comments deleted, and always, it circled back to my friend. "You probably forgot to save," he'd say with a smile. "Don't stress it. I'll cover for you." But I had saved. I started screenshotting my work, logging timestamps, writing things down manually. Still, I kept getting called into meetings. "Why did you delete that client log? Why didn't you respond to the compliance request? Why were you accessing our vendor database without permission?" That last one scared me. I hadn't even opened the vendor system. When I said that, the room went quiet. My manager pulled up logs. "This was your login, your workstation, your credentials." I felt my throat tighten. I knew what they were thinking, knew what it looked like. I left the room shaking. I confronted him later that day. "I don't know what you're doing," I said, "but it needs to stop." He looked confused, hurt even. "What are you talking about? I've been helping you." But that night, I got an email from HR. Subject: request for investigation summary. They asked me to come in at 9 a.m. They had screenshots, dozens of them, chats, emails, system logs, all from my account. "We need to know why you were sending confidential company info to a personal address." What? They turned the screen around. There it was, my email, my signature, a message I'd never written. Attached were internal memos, client data, sent to a Gmail account I didn't recognize. I stared at it in disbelief. "You sent this from your laptop at 2:07 p.m. Monday." I was in the all-hands meeting. One of the HR reps clicked through the login activity. "You were logged in, but you weren't in the room?" Number he borrowed my laptop that morning. They blinked. "Who?" "My friend. The one who referred me." They said they'd look into it. I didn't go back to the office after that. 2 days later, I got an automated email. Termination notice. Effective immediately. No apology. No explanation. Just gone. He texted me later that night. "Tough break. This job wasn't right for you anyway." That's when it all clicked. He never wanted me there. He brought me in to fail, to control me, to ruin me. Maybe he wanted the thrill. Maybe he liked being the one in charge. Or maybe he was just bored. But I looked deeper. The Gmail address? It had been registered months before I even applied. The name? A play on one of our old high school inside jokes. One only he would know. I sent it to HR, reported everything. They didn't respond. But a week later, I got a notification. "New login attempt detected on your cloud drive." Then another, and another, from his IP. I changed every password, locked everything down. But I still wonder, how much did he copy? How many messages, photos, notes, and why? I don't know if he ever stopped. I never thought I'd be the kind of person to fall into something like this. He was just a friend, not even someone I was that close with. We'd met through mutuals, game nights, birthday hangouts. One of those people who's always around but never front and center, but always watching, always listening. He was helpful at first, drove me home after late nights, carried my groceries up 3 flights of stairs, took care of my cat when I flew home for the holidays. So when he invited me over for just drinks, I said sure. I'd had a crap week. He said he'd make cocktails and put on dumb movies. I figured it'd be a good distraction. And it was, until it wasn't. I don't remember how much I drank that night, but I remember the glass he handed me was already full, and I remember waking up on his couch, blanket draped over me, phone dead, shoes off. "Rough night," he said, grinning from the kitchen. I laughed it off, embarrassed. "Did I say anything weird?" He shook his head. "Nothing I haven't heard before." We left it at that. I didn't think twice. Until the first video arrived. No message, just a clip, low light, muffled audio. Me, slurring, laughing, saying things I don't even remember, talking about people I care about, things I'd never say sober. It wasn't public. It was a private message, just to me. "Don't worry," he followed up. "You're safe. I'd never share anything unless I had to. The second clip came 2 weeks later. This time I was crying, incoherent, asking for something. I couldn't tell what. He sent it when I didn't reply to his texts for 2 days. "Wish you trusted me more," he added. I started to feel sick every time my phone buzzed. He never explicitly threatened me, but I stopped going out, stopped talking to people. I thought, if I kept things calm, he'd delete them. Drop it. But it only escalated. He'd reference things I didn't remember, things from that night. "You should be careful who you vent about. People would hate you if they knew what you said. It's not blackmail if I'm trying to help you." I tried to call his bluff once, blocked him, didn't reply. He sent the third video to my work email, CC'd my boss. Thankfully, I was able to intercept it, deleted it before she opened it, told her it was spam. IT flagged it and moved on, but I didn't. I confronted him, shaking, told him to delete everything. He just stared. "You don't get it," he said. "You don't get how easy it is to ruin someone now. One clip, one post. That's all it takes. I've been protecting you." I reported it, but there was no proof. The clips were gone. The messages deleted. My work email scrubbed. Police said they'd look into it, but without hard evidence, nothing happened. He still smiled when I saw him around, still waved like nothing had happened. People still thought we were close, thought he was the good guy. The messages slowed after that, but they never stopped, and neither did the fear. He never needed to post them. Just the threat was enough to keep me quiet, until I found the hidden drive. He left his laptop open once at a mutual friend's house. Everyone was in the other room. I just peeked, and there it was, a folder labeled Insurance Period. My name, but not just me, dozens of others, faces I recognized, friends, exes, co-workers, videos, screenshots, messages, voice notes, everything. He'd been doing this for years. I took a photo of the screen, sent it to myself. Then I copied the folder to my phone when no one was looking. This time, when I reported him, I brought receipts. Police took it seriously. He's being investigated now. But the videos? I still don't know if copies exist somewhere else. In the cloud, on a drive, with someone else. I don't know if he sent any backups. All I know is, I don't feel safe. Because every time I see a blocked number call, every time a new email hits my spam folder, every time I hear someone laugh behind me on the street, I wonder if this is the moment it all goes live. She volunteered. I didn't ask, didn't hint. Just mentioned offhand that I'd be out of town for a week visiting family. "I can house sit," she offered. "Water your plants, grab your mail." She smiled like it was a favor, like she was doing me a kindness. I hesitated. We were friends, but not that close. A few brunches, some group chats. I'd known her through mutuals, and she always seemed a little intense. Opinionated in that way that made it hard to tell if she was joking. But she was nice enough, reliable, I thought. So I said yes. I left her the key under the planter, texted her the alarm code, and flew out the next morning. Everything seemed normal. She texted me the first 2 days. Plants watered. Brought in a few Amazon packages. "Your place smells amazing, BTW. What candle is that?" I thanked her. Didn't think twice. Until day 5. The texts stopped. I sent a quick, casual message. "Hey, everything okay?" No reply. Tried again a few hours later. Still nothing. I figured maybe she was busy, or had to leave for some reason. I asked a neighbor to check in. They said they saw her coming and going. No weird behavior, no red flags. So I told myself not to overthink it, until I got home. The second I opened the door, something was wrong. The air was wet, muggy, moldy, and then I stepped inside. The hardwood was soaked, warped, sloshing with every step. My kitchen sink was still running, water overflowing, pooling across the tile, seeping under the fridge. Every cupboard had been ripped open. The couch cushions, slashed. The TV, shattered. and on the bathroom mirror, spray painted in thick, dripping black. "Karma's a bitch." My stomach dropped. I checked the bedroom. Clothes everywhere, drawers emptied, jewelry box cracked open and tossed into the toilet. It looked like a robbery, but nothing was stolen, just destroyed. I stood there in the silence, staring, processing. And then I did the only thing I could think to do. I called her. No answer. I texted, "What happened?" Read. No reply. I called the cops, filed a report, gave them her name, her number, the text showing she'd been in the house. They went to her apartment. She wasn't there. But they did find something. Her laptop, open, on her email, drafts folder full of unsent messages to me, pages and pages, each more unhinged than the last. "You think you're better than everyone. I watched the way you look down on me. You deserve to be humbled. And then, this house was never meant for someone like you." I still don't know what triggered it. Some insecurity. Some twisted idea that I owed her something. She'd always been supportive, on the surface, compliments, likes, encouragement. But now I see it was something else. A slow, simmering resentment. A buildup of invisible tally marks she thought I was racking up against her. She's never been found. Police issued a warrant, posted bulletins. Her social media was wiped within 24 hours. It's like she vanished. I had to move, rebuild. The damage wasn't just physical, it was personal, targeted, designed to make me feel unsafe in the place I trusted most. And it worked. To this day, I can't leave town without double-checking every lock. I don't let anyone house sit. I barely let people in. It started with a ping. Just a random group chat invite on a Tuesday afternoon. I didn't recognize the name, BBQ Prep with a fire emoji. I figured it was some event. Maybe something for Jenna's birthday. We'd all been talking about doing something low-key, grilling in the park, drinks, music. I opened it. 9 people were already in there. All of them my friends, my roommates, people I text every day. Except, none of the messages were about food. The most recent one, sent just a minute before I joined, read, "She's probably reading this right now." I scrolled up, and I felt the blood drain from my face. The chat wasn't new. It had been active for weeks. Dozens of messages, photos, screenshots, all of me. Comments about my outfits, my laugh, a cropped screenshot of a message I sent Jenna last week when I was having a rough day. "I don't even know if anyone likes having me around." Someone had responded, "She's not wrong, LOL." Someone else added, "LMAO." I can't believe she said that. There were photos too. Me asleep on the couch, me eating cereal in my pajamas, me crying on the balcony that night after my breakup. Someone captioned it, "Oscar season." I scrolled faster. Each message felt like a slap. A slow, suffocating realization that the people I trusted the most, the people I lived with, had been mocking me behind my back. In detail. In high definition. Then I saw the one that made me sick. "Let's see how far we can push her." It was from Leo, the one I confided in the most, the one who told me he'd always have my back. The next message was a reply. "She almost lost it when you made that joke about her dad. Say it again tonight." And then, "Bet she cries." I left the chat without saying anything. I wanted to scream, break something. Instead, I just sat on the floor of my bedroom staring at the wall for 2 hours. I kept rereading that one sentence. "Let's see how far we can push her." Like I was some kind of experiment. A punching bag dressed up as a friend. At 6:30 p.m., Jenna knocked on my door. "Hey, we're ordering Thai. You want anything?" I looked at her. She didn't flinch, didn't stutter, just smiled like everything was fine. I nodded. "No, I'm good." She left. Door closed. Laughter echoed from the kitchen. They knew. They had to know I saw it. And no one apologized. That night, I packed a bag. Just a small one. Essentials. I went to stay with my sister across town. Didn't even leave a note. By the time I got there, my phone had 47 unread messages. All from the group chat. The name had changed. It now said, "Oops." First message was from Jenna. Can we talk? Then Leo. It wasn't serious. Then someone else. We didn't mean you would see that. You're being dramatic. It was just jokes. Don't make this a thing. I didn't answer. A day passed. Then another. Finally, I blocked them all. But not before one final message came through. It was a voice memo. Leo's voice. Quiet. No background noise. We only did it because you make it easy. You're always so soft. We figured you could take it. Guess not. I reported the chat, screenshotted everything, filed a formal complaint with our landlord and student housing. Within 2 weeks, I had a new room assignment. They still live there, still post photos, still tag each other in memories I'm cropped out of. But every now and then, one of them tries to message me from a new number. Just yesterday, I got a DM from a burner account. It was a photo of me, posted 5 years ago on my old Tumblr. A candid shot. Captioned, "Still too easy." I deleted it. But I didn't block the account, because now I need to know. Not if they're watching, but when they'll push too far. And what happens when I finally push back? We were inseparable for a while. Met freshman year. Lived on the same dorm floor. Same late-night cravings, same sense of humor. We clicked fast and hard, texted constantly, finished each other's sentences. People used to joke we were secretly dating, but I should have seen the signs sooner. She hated when I made new friends. If I hung out with anyone else, she'd get quiet, distant, passive-aggressive. But when I asked what was wrong, it was always the same answer. Nothing, just tired. Then she'd post cryptic tweets, stuff like, "Funny how people always leave," or, "Some people will choose convenience over care. Watch closely." I'd feel guilty. Cancel whatever plans I made, bring snacks to her place. Watch comfort shows until she smiled again. Over time, it stopped feeling like friendship and more like performance. Still, I stuck around. Because she said I was her person. Because I thought loyalty meant bending until I broke. One Saturday night, I had a party planned. Just a small thing. Game night, drinks, nothing wild. I'd invited a few people she didn't like. She said she wasn't coming. Cool. No pressure. 30 minutes before the party, she texted, "Hey, I took something. Don't freak out." My heart stopped. I called. No answer. Texted again. Nothing. She sent one more message. "Tell me if I mattered. Please." I dropped everything. Told everyone to leave. Called 911. Told the dispatcher what she said and where she lived. Then I sprinted the 4 blocks to her apartment. The door was unlocked. She was on the floor, eyes closed, hand over her stomach, empty pill bottle nearby. Paramedics arrived within minutes, took her pulse, lifted her onto the stretcher, rushed her to the ER. I rode in the front seat of the ambulance, shaking, praying. They said she was stable, coherent, just groggy. At the hospital, I sat with her while she blinked slowly at the ceiling. "Why would you do that?" I asked, barely holding it together. She looked at me, smiled. "Because I needed to know." "Know what?" "If I was important enough for you to show up." I thought I misheard her. "You said you took something." "I did." "You faked an overdose." She sat up, swinging her legs off the bed. "You were gonna go party without me." I just wanted to know if I mattered more. I stared at her, stunned. There was an ambulance. There were paramedics. You could have gone to jail. She rolled her eyes. "Relax. I Googled it. The pills were vitamins. So you let me think you were dying. For what? Attention?" She didn't answer. Just checked her phone, smirking at the notifications. Her story was blowing up. In the ER, betrayal stings worse than any pill. Over 300 likes, dozens of comments, people calling me fake, telling her she deserved better. She turned to me. "At least now I know where I stand." That was the last thing she said before the nurse came back in. I didn't say goodbye. Didn't wait. I walked out. Blocked her number that night. Deleted every photo. Left every group chat. 2 days later, she posted again. Some people only love you when it's convenient. I almost died to prove it. And that's when I realized she wasn't just testing me. She was manipulating the world. A few friends messaged me, asking what happened. I told the truth. Not all of them believed me. Some still don't. But one of them, another girl she'd grown close to, sent me a message later that week. Just 2 words. She tried. Turns out, I wasn't the first one. And probably not the last. She's moved on to new circles now. New people to guilt, to test, to destroy. But every time I see a vague status online, every time I hear that someone collapsed at a party or got rushed to the ER, I feel my stomach drop. Because sometimes the cry for help is real, but sometimes it's bait. And the worst kind of monster is the one who learns how to fake drowning just to see who'll jump in. It started with a DM, no profile photo, no name, just, "You think you're better than everyone." I thought it was a troll. Some random incel pissed off at one of my tweets. I deleted it. Didn't even reply. But they didn't stop. They messaged again the next day. And the next. Different account names. Same tone. "You're not as smart as you think. Everyone talks about you behind your back. Keep pretending. We know the truth." It got under my skin. I didn't want to admit it, but it did. They referenced private things, old photos, inside jokes, stuff I never posted online. That's when I started to panic. I told my friend Mason about it. We'd been close for years, co-workers turned confidants. He was one of the few people I trusted completely. "Someone's targeting me," I said. "Let me see," he replied, scrolling through the screenshots. His face twisted. "Jesus, that's messed up." He sat with me while I blocked the account, helped me file a report, sent me articles on how to lock down my settings. "I've got your back," he said. "Whoever this is, they're obsessed." And for a while, it helped, until the messages escalated. New account, same words. Only this time, they referenced where I lived. 3rd floor, corner unit, big window. I lost it. I called Mason in tears. He came over, brought snacks, calmed me down. "You're safe," he said. "They're just trying to scare you." But it didn't feel like just anything anymore. So I took a step I never thought I'd take. I had a friend in IT run a trace. Not a full IP pull, just a rough origin. Enough to give me peace of mind. The location? 2 buildings over. Same apartment complex. I froze. Only 2 people I knew lived that close. One was Mason. "That's crazy," he said when I confronted him. "Must be a coincidence." "Coincidence?" I asked. "The exact building? On the same floor?" He laughed, shrugged. "I don't even use burner accounts." I wanted to believe him. I really did. But something shifted in his tone, in his face. He wasn't scared for me anymore. He looked entertained. I asked my IT friend to dig deeper. This time, he did a full trace. Ran the metadata. Pinned the IP Mason's apartment. I confronted him again, this time with proof. He didn't deny it, didn't even flinch. "I was trying to help you," he said, voice flat. "Help me. You've been so full of yourself lately, getting popular, acting like nothing touches you. So you harassed me? You needed to be reminded who actually gives a damn about you." I stared at him. "So you scared me, threatened me, just to play savior after?" He stepped closer. "And you felt better when I showed up, didn't you? You let me in. You trusted me. I've always had your back." I walked out, filed a report. He lost his job a week later when the screenshots surfaced, but he never got arrested, never faced charges, and sometimes I wonder if he's still watching.